tell you a story. Let me regale you, ladies. We got in the lift to go home yesterday after the game, and it was my wife and I, and the rest were just Blues supporters, and it was dead silent, and I was just like. And
Have you ever felt like this?
I said, "Come on, guys, it's not that bad." And they're all sort of, and I said, "Can I tell you a story? So tell you a joke to make you feel better." And one guy goes, "Yeah, go on." And I just went, "Knock, knock." Oh, I'm sorry, but if that's not just like, if we're not going to make finals to go into the summer with a win like that,
agreed.
It'll keep you warm when you're cold. I
That's
reckon.
the best ending to a non-final
Isn't it?
season.
Yeah. We upgraded to the Woolies mud cake, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no
we
Aldi
did.
for us. Oh,
What a
God,
win.
wasn't it good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to Red, White and Black Chat. We are so thrilled to be dissecting my voice still when I'm trying to like project. I'm like, ugh. We're just, I mean, where do you even start after a win like that? I mean, the result was massive.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of opinions about this, but Soz, how you doing?
I'm great. I love this club.
Yeah.
I love our future. Everything is all I see is flags and cups and
Everything is awesome.
sunshines and rainbows.
Everything's good. Similar, Kat?
Yeah, very similar. I also love this club. I love Dougal Howard.
Do you?
Yeah, so much, honestly. Oh, my voice is not great either. But what a club, what a fan base.
Oh.
And I'm sure we'll get to that. But the fans that did show up are pretty bloody awesome. So no disrespect to you, Soz. It was
Sorry.
you're a true blood fan. Don't stress.
Like, I haven't sat in the cheer squad for quite a while. Like, just, when it's a away game, just sort of tend to rock up and sit wherever. The vibes were so good.
So good.
Even though, like you said, a few Blues infiltrated, but they show up, the Blues supporters.
Don't they ever?
They're everywhere always. Oh, yeah. But the vibes were good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially because it was an arm wrestle all day. I just felt like a really good game of footy, even though, I mean, almost had a stroke in the last quarter. But, yeah, it was a real seesawing arm wrestle.
Yeah.
That I was really proud of us that we mucked in, because I don't know, you guys, all the conversation today has been about Carlton being someone called Carlton brave today. That was really brave.
They lost.
They were brave. I was like, oh no, because apparently they had, a whole bunch of players that, aren't in their best 22 playing.
They do, but if you're talking premiership contenders, then your list should be strong enough to
mitigate that.
Yeah, and to not beat us and to beat a side that's been 14th all year. I'm sorry, they shouldn't be in the same conversation.
Well, this is the thing, right? And we'll get to our season, of course. But like, if we look at us, like we had nothing to play for in terms of finals yesterday. So for us, it was arguably a dead rubber. You want to see them go out and try their best every week. But for us to dig our claws in, and you look at that last quarter, Mason Wood, Dan Butler, Higo, just like everyone really just throwing themselves at the contest. Yeah. That was one of the highlights for me yesterday.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I stand corrected on Butler and Higgins. They listen. The voice listen to Red, White and Black Chat.
Love the podcast.
Yeah, they love it. How unreal. And I still have a mini bone to pick in regards to their ground ball gets. I still feel like they're not doing that role too well, but they're kicking goals at least. So we're happy with that. And Butler's back to applying his elite forward pressure. Yep. So he was everywhere.
For me yesterday, I'm like, if there are people who are unsure as why Dan Butler was in the team, just watch him yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. He was nearly at every single contest.
Yep.
He does not stop.
No.
He does not stop.
No.
So, yeah, well done to Butler and Higo. They proved why they're a part of our list as two very small forwards.
Small forwards.
So
that goal of Higgins, so why don't we start at the top, right? Yep. Like, let's start there. That goal of Higgins, like, how hard it is to get that much purchase on the ball, where he was, how we kicked it. Good God. Yeah. How good,
He loves it on the run.
doesn't he?
Doesn't love a set shot, but
No.
loves it on the run.
Yeah.
It was made for, it was the perfect,
Mm.
oh,
It was made for
injecting
him.
into my veins.
Hang it in the lube. Yeah. No, it was sweet. It was pretty sweet. How did it look from the couch?
I thought I was having a heart attack. I was sitting there with my dad. It was his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Dad.
Mr. Soz.
Mr. Ralph. And he was like, oh, they've lost it. Oh, you're getting the draft picks. You're getting the draft picks. And I was like, no, we still got this.
We're fine, we're fine.
And he's like, you can still lose it. I'm like, no, I'm having a heart attack.
Did you what about when Mateus, when he missed, I thought that was
Same.
And that was like within 90 seconds to go, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. It was, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So many that was a roller coaster of emotion in those last 2 minutes.
Wasn't it? Really that sort of like sunk me because I thought if anyone's going to go back and slot it, a young kid, the future is going to just put the game on his shoulders. He played an absolute blinder yesterday as well. Like he was really, I think he showed real maturity yesterday, like really putting himself in places, influential places.
Agreed. And he had 2 weeks off.
True.
Yeah.
But when he sprayed that kick, I was like, no.
Yeah.
Could see he just leant back when he kicked it. Don't know what he's
Then
thinking.
he just had to snap it.
Yeah.
Turns out that's all you need to do. Snap an impossible goal. Yeah. Hello.
I was actually quite worried because the way that the game had been executed the whole game, every time they would take the kick outs, it was automatic goal.
Yeah.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, then they would
Is that the Blues
score.
you're saying?
Yeah. So they're really good at scoring from turnovers. I was nervous, but that one time Higgins snapped it. So I got very worried every time that we missed and the ball was in their hands because I feel like Carlton, people can say VFL side or not, whatever, their game plan, they control the ball very well.
Yes.
They do. And their structure is literally 1,000 times better than ours.
You can see it, can't you?
You can see it from a mile away.
Yeah.
So I was extremely concerned when Filippo missed it. But obviously, my heart sunk. And then next thing you know, I'm hugging random people in the gym.
I'm revived. Can I just say, oh my gosh, speaking of, I jumped over about 3 sets of chairs on the siren yesterday. I've got Kat and I've got Anna. We're like, yes! I've got an egg on my leg the size of like a golf ball. I don't know what happened, but I leant down as like we were leaving. I was like, oh, my leg's a bit sore. I put up my pant leg. I was like, what the hell? I don't know what happened. Doesn't matter. It didn't hurt. It was just like the vibes were too good. Yeah. Anyway,
imagine what happens when we win the flag.
I worry. I worry for my well-being.
Yes, so do I. One of my friends' dads, shout out to Sam, he made this idea and it's actually kind of brilliant. So everybody who's at the grand final, when we're in it and when we win, we all chip in $100, right? And then when we win, we all flood the ground. And then we just have like a big party, like with the players and stuff, whatever.
I'm obsessed.
Because $100 will all pay the fines.
Oh my gosh,
right?
And we'll take the ground.
And we'll take the life band. Who cares? So knowing that the life band, I don't care. I'll do anything to see the flag. And I guess also the principle behind it is if you're going to chip in $100, then we are all going to. You're kind of holding yourself accountable. Like I've paid the money, I'm going to go because what if one person goes and then everybody else chickens out? So
I like the other
genius
side.
idea.
I'm like they can't stop all of us. So if we all come in, it's like just flood
just
it.
Go.
Who are you going to grab?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. And then I'm just going to be like, woo, Dougal Howard. Oh my God, we did it. I had dreams about that last night.
About Dougal.
Yeah, and then he thanks me for being his number one fan. I woke up quite happy this morning after that dream. Yeah.
What a night for you. That's wild. Well, I mean, like we could unpack this game for really like this whole podcast, but I don't know, like anything that really stood out to you guys yesterday in particular, other than, like we know that like the same old of, Rowe was fantastic and, Steely was, really in the engine room all day and just absolutely busting a gut. But like, was there anything like big stand out for you, Soz?
I liked Stocker when he was playing the first 3 quarters. I think he was on Paddy Cripps.
Yep.
And didn't see him as a tagger, and he did his role pretty well.
Yeah.
Paddy Cripps is undoubtedly their best player, and he can change the game. And holding him down, we stayed ahead the whole game.
No doubt. And I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, Cripps sort of got off the chain sort of like in the third when Stocker got injured. Yeah, I agree with you. It was massive. Yeah. I will stand corrected and 100% put my hand up. Zach Jones has earned himself another contract.
Yep, agreed.
In the second half of this year.
Yep.
He, again, was electric yesterday. Really just like that.
Oh, that last smother.
So good.
That was also a game changer.
Arguably game saver because watching the replay, he's taken a massive risk by leaving his man in the centre corridor. Ironically, Cripps was on his own. If that ball got away, Cripps is marking that 40 metres out on a slight angle.
Exactly. And on that note as well, I think Skunk has definitely proved his spot in the team as well. I am happy if we give them both a year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A year. And
give an age and form,
exactly. And I was thinking, and I know I've said this before as well, the fact that he is the only experienced player that we have in the forward line. This is Skunk. So I'd even be happy if we give him 2, I guess, because if you look at our list, I'm sorry, Butler's not a leader. Higgins isn't a leader on the field. They're not. And they are the eldest if you take away Skunk. So I'm more than happy to give him 2 years and to build up the youth that we have in Caminiti, Sharman, even Kingy, and just, really cement that forward line because obviously we do have a lot of gaps there.
Yeah, we can't tip everybody out. We know we need youth. And to develop the youth. We've got youth, but I agree. I think Membry and Jones both for one to help as part of that development.
Agreed.
But when they're in the side can contribute.
Yes.
Very much contribute. And and not just off the back of yesterday, they've both maybe it is a play for your contract sort of thing, but their backs have been against the wall in form from this first half of the year.
It's very true.
You love to see it. Especially like Zach Jones yesterday couldn't sing his praises high enough. So look, I stand corrected on his form earlier in the year.
Yeah. Agreed. And it's just he showed what we recruited him for, which is that grunt. That ball. And it's also what we've been arguing for forever. And we're just like, that's what we need in the draft picks and also in the trade period as well. And I'm not saying that we obviously need because there are gaps in the midfield, but we're like, oh, okay, that's what we recruited you for in the first place. Thank you for showing up and giving it to us.
Yeah. It was a real team game yesterday, wasn't it? Like I love those matches like the ones against Sydney earlier, a few weeks ago, Collingwood earlier in the year, Essendon, where you can just say they were all great.
Yeah.
It was just, so I was just glad.
Having a long day.
Yeah.
Can I just say the teams that we beat this year?
Oh, yeah.
Collingwood, Essendon, Richmond, Carlton,
Sydney.
Big clubs.
Yeah. Suck it.
It's just good on you, Jack Sink Bear.
Jack Sink Bear.
Is it because it's got their hair?
Yeah.
I love it. It's so good. Maybe I need a bear now.
You do need a bear.
I just got wet.
So for those listening, Soz has got a little Jack Sink Bear that has a little dreadlock mullet kind of thing going on. And I'm sitting with Doogie Woogie, my Build-A-Bear. Who has
Sarah
a birth
has wet
certificate
steel.
called
wet
Doogie
stealing.
Woogie.
Yep, that's it. Good boy, the mascot of the.
Has been here since episode 1.
He
has been.
Yeah, he's done the journey. Oh, far out. I mean, where else do we go with this game? And like I said, we could dissect it for forever. But what a way to finish the year.
Yeah.
We won 5 of our last 6. And we didn't play, it's not like, for example, and this is the comparison with Carlton, right? Carlton have beaten in the last, I want to say, 5 or 6 weeks.
Yep.
Their wins have come against North,
West
Richmond
Coast.
and West Coast.
Yeah. They've lost 6 out of their last 9.
And those are the wins. So teams that, really you should be walking over. I know.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that we've won 5 of our last 6, including Essendon, who are meant to be finalists. Sorry, Essendon. Sydney, who won the minor premiership.
Yeah.
And we took another good scout. Well, Carlton.
Yep.
Carlton.
Yeah.
So, and of course, you had West Coast in there as well and that sort of thing. But, I suppose you can only beat who's in front of you.
That's exactly right.
What a great way to end the season.
Yes, definitely.
No injuries that we know of, further injuries that we know of. Yeah, I really hope it's sort of, we go into preseason with real bolstered confidence because I feel like I could go for a little bit of a TED talk here. And I'm sorry, girls and listeners.
I'm going to get comfy.
But I'm going to say, you got to be here a while. Okay. So here we go. I'll start with a question.
Okay.
Who's winning the flag this year?
Hawthorn.
Ooh.
My money's on Sydney, but I'm not sure.
So, but your answers tell me everything, which is there's no one clear outright winner. Okay. And for mine, there hasn't been all year because every time the media or the football community at large is like, Sydney's going to win it, all of a sudden Sydney start to get some injuries. They start to be inconsistent. GWS are going to win it, then they lose a few matches. Brisbane are going to win it, but then okay. So that has
They
changed.
keep 26 behinds in one game.
Crazy. And like I said before, it's the reason why they're not going to win it because they can't finish in those clutch times. So who wins the flag has basically changed every week this season. So I'm not making any excuses for our season as a whole. We've been putrid at times this season, absolutely putrid. And look, at the end of the day, like with Carlton, it was great to beat Carlton yesterday. I got carried away like anyone, sort of, carrying on singing the Freo song and this nonsense. But look, at the end of the day, they're in the 8 and we're not.
Yes.
So good luck to them, right? They're in, we're out. And it does come apart in the football season where you have to go, well, when push comes to shove, we're not in.
Yeah.
However, this season, I think, has been so up and down for every side. You can't look at one side this year and be like, they have been the most consistent. They have been streets above everybody else. Everyone's had their peaks and troughs.
Yep.
Sydney lost to Richmond, who won 2 games for the year.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's just an example of where I'm going with this. Is that we finished the year with 11 wins and 12 losses. Now, if you look at the ladder, that puts us around, I think it puts us behind Essendon on half a win because they had a draw. So I know you can play the shoulda, woulda, coulda game all you want, but with our losses, we had six losses by less than 10 points. So, okay, you lose those, that's the rub of the green that you get, whatever. But 6 fours are 24.
Yep.
If you add that onto our 12 wins, that puts us anywhere. It basically puts us in the top 4.
Yeah.
We're not, obviously, because we lost those games, and you have to accept that for what it is. The point that I'm trying to make here is that, yes, wins and losses on the page tell a story to a point.
Yeah.
But especially after yesterday's win, I say, it makes me worried as a St Kilda supporter, I actually have a level of confidence moving forward. Yeah.
I agree.
Because I can see what's starting to simmer away.
Yeah.
Especially at that young core. And I actually have confidence in the club now that they're going to start to make some of those really hard calls.
Agreed.
Like, look, Tim Membry might be tapped on the shoulder this week and it's like, thanks for your service. Seb Ross, a real clubman, who knows, like to set us up for future draft or whatever it might be. I hope it's not the case. King might be tapped on the shoulder to say, let's talk about you, mate, and what we can do for you. But I think wins and losses only tells a certain part of the story.
Agreed.
Thank you. I'm going to be quiet for a bit now because I commandeered a lot of that. But
I can add on to that.
I'm really interested in what you guys think because that's what's been playing on my mind today. Yeah.
Like you said, we did all our losses. Well, most of our losses were by under 10. I think we only had 2 big blowouts, which was Western Bulldogs and Brisbane. Other than that, like if we got those wins, I could see us going deep in the finals.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm not saying it's good that King was injured, but we've learnt a lot more. I think we've developed a lot more as a team. The team has come very close. Our forward line has definitely shown that they can work together.
Yeah.
And I think that's good moving forward because we do have that forward line. I think coming into this season, we didn't have a clear idea of who's kicking goals other than Max. And now I feel confident. I feel whatever happens, I think we can kick goals. And I'm happy with our midfield and I'm happy with our defenders and we don't need to draft anyone. Everything's perfect.
Everything's perfect. Yeah. It's a great point though, isn't it? It's like Max going out sort of forced us to be more versatile. And it's been to our benefit. Couldn't agree more. Yeah.
And to also add to that, so the 6 losses that we had that was under 10 points, obviously we love chasing tails because our last 6 wins have been so close, minus the West Coast win. They've all been pretty close. So I think that we've also learnt how to hold ourselves together. And I know we've said it a couple of weeks in a row that we always play the level that is given to us, right? Minus the West Coast game. So I strongly believe that we have worked out how to build as a team and how to just hold. I think our stamina towards the end of the year has really gotten there.
No doubt.
Because, you know, the GWS game by a point haunts me, right? I can't think of anything else that was super close.
Geelong round 1.
Yes, Geelong. Yeah, exactly right. And
Essendon. Essendon.
The Essendon one. Yeah, exactly right. And now look at the tail end of our season. Again, so many close games and we've held on and we've won. And if we can just get better in the preseason, which I'm sure we will, that's literally all we needed to get over the line in those in the 6 games that we were so close. So it's a naughty little tease of what's to come, isn't it?
Naughty little tease.
I'm really confident for next year. I say this every year, but I'm really, really confident.
It just sort of, it's nice to finish the year sort of going, oh, well, not in the finals, but it's not all doom and gloom. Hasn't always felt that way.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Ross Lyon teams are fit. They are fit teams and over the last preseason coming into this year, that was all the messaging from the club is that we are fit, we can run. Yeah, and we saw that in the second half of the season. Couldn't agree more.
And on that note, I am so sick of seeing people comment about Hunter Clark. Okay, so I've got a little bit of a rant and it's not my cat goes whack.
Oh, I love it. I was going to say, is this a whack? No, we'll hold on to that.
No, it's not my cat goes whack. So everybody is so quick to point the finger at Hunter and saying he doesn't have a tank, he doesn't have a tank, he doesn't have a tank.
That's nonsense.
It's actually everywhere because quite often he only plays only 60% of the game. He does spend a lot of time on the bench. Just watch him. When he's on the field, the bloke doesn't stop. Okay, he's not fast. I understand that. Is he a bit below pace for a midfielder? Probably. I don't care. He is him and Asaya are still the only people that I trust in a midfield contest when there is a really strong pressure applied.
Great call.
So I need everybody to sit the bloody hell down and stop talking smack about Hunter Clark because I love him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think he's improved this year a lot because I remember saying
running-wise.
At the start of the season I was saying he's a bit chubby and I take that back. He looks very good. He looks fit. He's definitely
He's looking good.
He's looking good. He's looking hot. Sexy headband. Sorry, Hunter.
Go, Hunter.
I think you're doing well. I stand corrected on you. So
I love that we've all had a correction today. It's good. No, but like Hunter Clark is so clean,
isn't he?
And so skilled. And I think not every midfielder's fast, but I agree with you. Use what you have, and what he has is classy skills.
Yeah. I think we all owe somebody an apology.
Oh,
Marshy called me up on it because this is one player that we've all strongly agreed on. We stand corrected on Ronnie Burns.
Yes. After yesterday, yep.
Okay, Sarah and I do.
Yep.
He was unreal yesterday.
He was great.
I don't think I've shit on him. I think
I think we all have at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we all have on some point.
I'll absolutely put my hand up.
I put my hand up. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, he was great yesterday.
Great. Yeah.
And when his goal went through, I was like, oh my God.
Unreal.
Yeah.
The Alt 29 crew was so funny. They're like, oh, what's the song? Because he doesn't kick goals, right? But no, sorry, Ronnie.
Yeah.
You can stay.
Correct.
I've said bin a few times, but
love it.
Yeah, you can stay.
I love it. Well, I mean, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because it's our last one for the men's comp for the year.
Yeah.
In terms of where we go next, we've got some red, white, and blackmail and that sort of thing. But we might take a look at the season and just do a bit of a wrap up.
Yep.
But before we do, you got a whack for us?
I do have a whack.
Yeah.
Oh, for the last time of the men's season. Sad. Just like Carlton and their supporter base. Okay. I must say props to Carlton. Their bullshit chant is hilarious and it's unreal. So for those who weren't at the game when an umpire's called if they think is shit, the whole stadium, bullshit. It's quite funny. I really liked that. But on the flip side, throwing a drink bottle at an umpire's head, that umpire had to go and get stitches.
Yeah.
Like he had to go to hospital and get stitches.
Shocking.
Disgusting behaviour. Yeah. I know it's not confirmed that it was a Carlton supporter, but it did come from the Carlton cheer squad.
I thought it was confirmed to be a Carlton person, but
last I heard.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
Deplorable behaviour.
Yeah, it's shocking.
Yeah, it's absolutely feral. It's a game at the end of the day. We all love our footy.
Yep.
That's why we sit here every week and come together. And that's why you show up to the games because it's a game and you love your footy, but in no way, shape or form is that ever acceptable. So to whoever that was and to whoever thinks it's funny, take a good, strong, hard look at yourselves because they're there doing their job and it's appalling, quite frankly.
Hear. Yeah, great call with that. And, they're talking all in the media, they're talking lifetime ban.
As it should be.
Yeah.
The goal umpire just gives the thumbs. They just give the fingers. They just wag their flag.
They just wag their flag. But they've got like no, I mean, you don't throw it at a boundary umpire or a field umpire either, but like,
why are you angry at the goal umpire?
Someone with their back turned as well, like such a dog act. Yeah. But also, like you say, it's a game.
Yeah.
I think Carlton got the raw end of the umpiring until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, until the fourth.
Look, I can understand their frustration. I really can. But that's like, that umpires, that's their workplace as well. You know, like they go to work.
Yeah. Every goal gets reviewed. Yeah. I don't think people understand that. In the ad breaks that you see on TV,
every single
when the ball is getting slowly kicked to the back in the middle of the ground, every goal gets reviewed. Every goal.
Can I just talk about the umpiring? What I saw on the TV.
Please.
So I think it must have been the first or second quarter and we got a free kick. And then it panned to someone in the crowd, a Carlton fan, and then he's doing this, how much? How much? And I was like, excuse me, what is St Kilda paying the umpires off for?
Oh, please.
We want money.
We don't have any money for that. Sorry, I just appeared a little bit distracted. That's so funny. Sorry if I appear a little bit distracted, but I think for the first time ever, we've got breaking news on Red, White and Black Chat. The All-Australian squad has just been announced. And Kat, I need you to fire up your whack.
Ron Marshall's not in it.
Not in it.
That's insane.
Not in it.
That's nuts.
Jack Sinclair's in it.
Really?
There he is. No, Sinclair.
There is Sinclair. Rowan Marshall is not in the squad.
So it's Sherry and who else?
Go on.
Gone.
Get effed. Get absolutely.
That is deplorable.
So the squad.
It said Rowan Marshall had the highest amount of fantasy points.
Andrews, Barry, Shaw, Batters, Clark, Collins.
So Sinclair's the only Saints.
Yep.
What about Wilkie?
Nope.
Be so real. Beast.
Wilkie's had a better – we all love Sinks here, but Wilkie's had a better year than Sinks.
Yeah.
Wilkie has held the whole team.
Yeah.
You tell
on
him
his
so.
back.
Yeah. That like
we're filming and I'm just I'm
livid.
Like, yeah. It's Sherry and it's gone.
Nah. Disgusting.
I'm sorry.
No.
But who is watching the
North
football
Melbourne.
and making that choice?
No.
Who's watching North Melbourne? All Australian selectors, apparently.
Holy
The official
shit.
selectors are Andrew Dillon, Eddie Betts, Jude Bolton, Nathan Buckley, Kane Corns, Abby Holmes, Glenn Jakovich,
Kane Corns.
Matt Pavlich, Laura Kane and Josh Marnie.
Fucking panel.
What on earth is going on?
That's
anyway,
disgusting.
I'm
having
not happy about that in the
Not having
slightest.
that.
So
Who from Carlton made it?
Paddy Cripps.
let's see. Cripps will have
Oh,
it.
Wiedering's in there. Who did he stop?
Cripps, Kerno, Mackay, and Wiedering.
Four. They got 4.
Who did Wiedering stop yesterday?
The AFL's love child.
Also, sorry, Darcy Cameron from Collingwood made it.
What? He's had a good year, but I wouldn't say AA all year.
I wouldn't have thought so. Over Marshall. Yeah.
Who the
This
hell's
is nuts.
Darcy Cameron?
He's at like their,
Who is that?
He's like their second like ruck forward. Yeah.
He's like
I've
their,
never heard of that man in my life.
he's like their Cheeto. Like,
Oh,
what?
yeah.
This is,
Yeah. So
nah,
I'm flat about that.
that's
I'm
nuts.
so flat.
Ron Marshall deserves the world.
That's a double
Doesn't
whack.
he?
How did North have 2 players and we have 1?
Who else did they have?
Is it Sheasel?
Shizzle.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that's kind of fair.
What about West Coast? Jeremy McGovern, Jake Waterman.
Waterman's fair.
Yep.
Yeah.
I paid that one.
Waterman was good.
Yep.
Yep. Well, Richmond didn't have anyone, so. but really,
That's nuts.
I'm sorry. I mean, we're a St Kilda podcast, obviously, but Rowan Marshall not in.
Nah. That's insane.
Give me an absolute break. I hope he wins the Brownlow. Just goes.
We love you, Marshall. It's okay.
We do. We know what you have.
We'll give him the red, white, and black chat
Special award for,
special award. Yeah, we'll send it to RSA Park.
for best boy of the year.
Best, the goodest
Goodest boy.
The goodest boy.
Good boy, Ro. Oh dear.
Aw.
All right. Well, on
Poor
that,
Wilkie.
I know.
It's broken.
I know.
What about Dougal Howard?
Okay, just relax.
Dougal Howard must have been stealing some points from Wilkie.
Maybe that's what it was.
Death to Dukes.
Oh God.
Too many emotions, sorry.
Well, on that really frustrating note, let's take a break and look at some red, white, and blackmail.
Sorry, Dougal. I just had a big cry. It's an emotional time. Was happy that we won and now a bit sad. Poor Ro, poor Wilkie.
Such Saints footy, baby. We can't have anything nice. Like, we have a great win against Carlton. We finished the season off on such a positive note. And then, boom.
Not even in the best 44 is
Oh, it's disgusting.
Okay, but this is the thing, right? You just want me to find that stat about hit outs to advantage. But
Yeah.
Ro's not a hit to advantage ruckman.
Yeah.
He's a floating ruckman.
True.
You know? Anyway, hit outs to advantage 12th
Okay.
behind, Gorn.
Score involvements, he'd be up there.
Gorn, which was 6, and Sherry, who was 5. I'll look at score involvements, please.
and probably
Please.
like meters gained and
Leave it with me.
kicking goals,
Leave
Best smile of the competition.
it. Oh,
double cobras.
leave it with me because I'm gonna keep finding why he should have been in there. Yep.
Gonna need to
sending
make
an
a whole
angry
new
letter.
episode. Rowan Marshall was robbed.
Oh, it's-
Now that everyone's back, let's do some red, white, and black mail.
You've got mail.
You've got mail. I know it's the last one of the year, but we were very late to post today, and that was definitely my fault. I was very busy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so apologies for the lackluster post, everybody. It's like I've made it on Windows 95.
I like the flying sausages.
Thank you. Thank you. That was my favourite bit.
Yeah. Oh, like above my skills. Okay. Into it. All right. We've got Flag Saints 25, 26, 27. I can get around that.
Yeah. Look, I
Yeah.
mean, maybe 26.
25. It's
Yeah,
I've locked it in.
it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As long as I see it in my lifetime, I don't care.
that's it.
Just one.
Just one would be good, wouldn't
Just
it?
one.
Just one.
Actually, on that note, at Platform 28 yesterday, there was this obviously a Carlton supporter, and he was standing up, the outdoor bar area, the smokers area, and he was standing up and leaning over the glass door, and he was like, "Your club's irrelevant." And then I arced up like the idiot that I am, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, but where was your last flag?" It was like 1995. I was like, "Oh shit." And I was like, but I wasn't even born then, so I don't care about that. Oh my God.
Fair.
So it's a funny story.
But like all the fallout of like, I heard actually like a Carlton, I can't remember where I heard it now, but someone being like, it's just another tale in, the drought and all this. I'm like, shut up. Like the fact that you've had one since colour television, like shut up.
Literally shut up.
Drought since 95. Give me a spell. Anyhow.
I miss Saints Footy already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay because we're about to start a new season of Saints Footy.
That's it.
For the girls.
Oh, yeah. I'm so excited. I love the AFLW. It's so good.
I've been rewatching all of last year's games and I'm very excited.
A key highlight. Have you gotten to the one where we came from behind and beat, I think it was Collingwood?
Not yet.
Ooh.
I remember that one from last year though.
Yeah, it was so good.
So don't worry, Saints Footy is going to keep on rolling.
Small hiatus.
So we just got a question. Thoughts on the AA squad?
Like the seething rage that is simmering away in me. Like that's why I was like, anyone who's watching on Fancast on YouTube will just see me scrolling through I cannot believe that Rowan Marshall's not in the squad. I cannot believe that.
Yes. What does he have to do?
What does he have to do? Wear
a helmet? No.
Brent Daniels. Just put a target on. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that is nonsense.
He gave so much to this team, to the sport.
But think about the impact that Rowan Marshall had. He's had much more of an impact than Sherry.
Yes.
Yeah.
I say this, this is going to mean to North Melbourne. North doesn't listen to this. They are a terrible team.
Who watches North?
They are so bad. And obviously it's easy to stand out when your whole team's a Z grade and you're a C grade.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep. And they're being coddled by the media because they're in love with Alistair Clarkson. And it's like they're a useless footy side.
Yeah.
I think they've got a good spine of youth, but still nonetheless. I mean, look how far along Hawthorn have come in the last couple of years.
Yep.
With an excellent spine of youth.
Yep.
Anyway.
And you're getting the number one draft pick for how many years?
That's it.
And just a bit silly. Exactly.
All of that.
Yeah, that's it. And that's why I'm a little bit worried. I'm sure we'll talk about trades and stuff coming up soon, but I'm like, is LDU just an average player because he's playing with below average players and he looks very good?
Good call.
So I don't know. They'll be really interesting. I was definitely rooting for him.
I don't know so much now.
Yeah, I'm not really sure now.
Yeah, and I think we'll come.
My opinions change, but yeah, we'll get to that.
That's
Sorry.
Good.
Yeah.
So I've got another question. I'm going to pretend to read it because I thought of it in my head. What's your girls' highlights of the season? Favorite moment?
Ooh. Great question. You go first. I'm still thinking.
Okay. I'm going to say this, sitting with you girls here every week for starters, and then coming very close to second was all the times I met Dougal Howard. No, honestly, this season's been unreal. Just like the Saintered Love family that we've created, I think has been pretty damn cool as well. And interviewing Dougal twice and then going into the rooms and then meeting him again. And yeah, it's been good. And just, tasting that little bit of the little bit of sweetness towards the tail end, I can confidently say that I'm a happy gal.
Love it.
Yeah. Minus the new minus
the Rowan Marshall.
Yeah.
I think my highlight was obviously apart from this is goes without saying. I think getting back to the footy this year for some reason, even though it's been a couple of years, it felt like the first proper season since COVID. There's something about it, I don't know, it just felt really Yeah, it felt really good just to be back at the footy and just to have some really good wins, to be a part of some really good wins. Normally we have maybe one or two that I'll go back to over the summer and be like, that was a good win, that one.
Yeah.
This summer I feel like I've got like a good half a dozen at least to go back and be like, that was good. What about you, Sauce?
I liked when Dougal Howard chased that ball and then fell in the cheer squad.
Yeah, you love to see it. It's funny.
That was my highlighted season. But I also, if we're getting sentimental like you girls have, I like the away days that Sainted Love did.
They were good, weren't they? Yeah.
Last year I went to all the games and I spent a lot of time by myself interstate. And it was just nice to be around Saints fans.
Good, isn't it?
I wasn't at the game, but it was just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like a better vibe for me. So
Love it.
I love that.
Love that.
Yeah.
How good. See, Sainted Love is for everyone. Makes life better.
We're just growing. We're just babies. First season of the men's done.
Yep.
Got another season coming up for this year and then sky's the limit.
How good.
Yeah. All guns blazing in 2025, baby.
Love it. Can I actually, I just said baby. I had a baby last year. But can I say another highlight is I took my son to Moorabbin this year for a couple of times actually. And that was like the first time was the practice match against the Bombers at the start of the year. And I dressed him up in a little Saints kit and took him down. I think I was still very tired and emotional at that time. Still very tired and emotional. But I got a little bit misty-eyed when I first took him because I'm like, it's one of those special things that I hope we'll share forever. God help him if he doesn't like football. I'm just going to be like, that's I respect your decision, but yeah.
But you also don't have a choice.
Yeah, I know. He's in a Saints house. Yeah. He's in a St Kilda house. So that was another highlight actually.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Little boy. All right. Well, in lieu of ones that got away, I suppose we've done a bit of a hint of a wrap of the season, but I suppose if we do a quick rundown, talk about maybe some predictions and then looking forward to next year. So all in all, our season has come to an end with 11 wins and 12 losses. We touched on this earlier in the podcast, 6 losses by less than 10 points or less. And as you said, Soz, there's a couple of big blowout losses.
But only two.
But only 2.
Yeah.
And again, in a really uneven season. Yeah. So we finished 12, which is half a win behind the Bombers. As I mentioned previously, if we get, let's say we get all of those wins, those close wins, that puts us in the top 4. But even if we take 3 of them, we're in the 8. So
crazy to think about.
Been a great season, hasn't it, from a spectator's point of view? We've talked about highlights, we've talked about lowlights. Just a quick one on the Trevor Barker Award coming up in a few weeks. Who's your pick?
If it's not Rowan Marshall.
Yep.
If it's not Rowan Marshall, I don't know.
No, I wrote down here, I wrote Rowan. Yeah, as well.
I'm with you.
I also wrote All Australian in brackets next to it, but I'll just go and delete that because it doesn't matter anymore.
What about second and third?
Oh, great call. Steely, I think, will be up there. He's had a really consistently good season. Cal Wilkie, I think, will be up there too.
Yeah. I would say Wilkie second.
Yeah, or Sinclair, I guess, will poll
and Sinclair third.
Given that
I'm
he's
not sure
all
about
Australian.
Steely top 3, to be honest.
That's fair. I just love him.
I like Nazaya.
Yeah. Another good year.
He wasn't AA either.
Oh, it'll come.
I'm so salty.
It'll come.
He did make the under-22 squad though. So
he was the
that
only
was
one.
good. Yes. Darcy Wilson was a bit stiff. But
I'll give him time. He'll be he'll be in there in his future. Far out. Well, okay, we've got the draft and trade period coming up as well. So if we think about the draft, pick as it stands, pick 7, pick 24 and pick 43.
Okay.
I know this is sort of not the draft, but it's sort of more towards trade. Is gut feeling is battle out the door.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
There's a lot of rumours. There was actually a news article about it saying that the way that Hawthorn slid into his life was through his partner, Casey. So I can't remember exactly who from Hawthorn it was, but their partner has become really close friends with Casey, who's Josh Battle's partner, because word on the street is that she's very influential in his life, which obviously makes sense. They're a family. They've got a beautiful bub together.
too.
Yeah. And I was reading that and I was like, that's very sly and cheeky by them. But it's a massive call to make. But
Huge.
if it is true, then he's out the door. And also on that note, apparently, again, rumor mill, he asked to carry his bubs out with him to run through the race and to run through the banner, and the club denied it.
Really?
Yeah, the club denied it. He didn't do it.
He didn't?
No, he didn't do it.
He had one of his bubs in the circle yesterday.
In the circle, yeah. A few of them did in the circle.
Yeah.
But you only do that with milestone games. So I strongly believe that was Battle's last one in the red, white and black.
Do you hold any grudges against him if he walks?
No.
Nah.
I don't either.
The way we treated him at the start of his career, like
In and out, up and down. Yeah. Couldn't find his spot. I think as well, like it does get to a point where I think we're all adults. We understand if they're throwing in money, and I mean Hawthorn, even if they're not a side on the up, Hawthorn's got a lot going for them. But it comes to a point where he's got he's got his partner and his family to think of.
Yep.
Yeah, if he's out the door, we wish him well.
100%.
He's been a great Saints player. I wouldn't boo him next time.
No.
That being said, what are we looking for in the trade period and the draft? You know, because I suppose the trade could impact the draft. Because like you said about Davies Uniacke, I'm sort of over St Kilda committing, really, really heavily committing to. I'm not saying Davies Uniacke is mediocre. He's not. He hasn't made the All-Australian squad this year. I'm not saying we should chase only All-Australians, but do you know what I mean? Like if we're going to go all in, I
like
want
Paddy Dow. We went all in for Dow.
And look, I mean, he's been injured this year, but he's also been out of the side a lot this year when he hasn't been.
Exactly.
If we're going to go all in for someone, like I would put together a massive offer for someone like Petrarca. I know he probably doesn't want to come to a club like St Kilda, but
imagine if we did it and they have Billings, we have Petrarca.
Straight swap. But you know, if we can, I would honestly pick 7 and pick 24. For Petrarca. Would you even throw in a player? Or at a future first round? I don't know. If we're going to go heavy for the right player like Petrarca, like a real A-grader certified superstar.
Yeah, because we don't have many A-graders.
And the midfield is where
I'm not talking about Marshall.
We have so many A-graders.
A-graders, but what about
Do we?
what about like AAA elite gold standard? I'm sorry, we don't. We have
No, we don't.
Well, I mean, I thought we had one in Marshall.
Oh, yeah.
But like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no,
just
I agree,
one of those players that is just like.
So it's like, I just love them all.
They're all AAs.
In our hearts.
Yes, in my heart.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
We don't really have any stars. Still was back in his prime, but he's not anymore. That's a harsh reality. We don't have any. We don't have a Petrarca.
And our midfield is where we need the most help.
Exactly.
I think. So like whether it's trade or draft, I want to see us draft.
I'd be throwing the bags at him. Yeah.
The other thing I'm really wary of as well is that Tassie are coming into the competition and that's going to start to impact the draft in the next 2 years.
And the father-sons.
We need to go hard at the draft. Yeah. So whether it's with the players that we've got now who have some currency to be able to attract draft picks, I genuinely think, because this draft as well, it's not last year with Harley Reid who's like the best player all and out. It's a very talented draft. We need to go in and sweep it.
Yeah, we
this year and
definitely
next
do.
year, I reckon.
Also, another rumour that I've heard through probably St Kilda Uncensored, apparently Saints are a lock-in for Dylan Shiel. Apparently we're going hard at him.
What's your thoughts on that, Saz?
Tell us how you really feel.
No comment.
Apparently,
What do you reckon,
I mean, look, he is quite injury prone, which I'm scared of because, you know.
He's like 31.
I know, also that too. And apparently.
We have a Zach Jones at home. We don't.
And also, apparently, we are going all in for McRae as well.
Yep. I like McRae.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
he
happy
was
with that?
such a gun. He
Yeah, I think
multi-fans, you would 25 plus, easy money.
Yeah. Gamble responsibly. I would for the right deal. I wouldn't throw everything in the kitchen sink at him. No.
I would take him over Shield.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
See previous statement with drafting injury prone mediocre players. We don't need Shield.
No.
We don't need him.
I would take him for free.
Yes. That's it.
Even then, maybe too much on the list. I'd rather, we got a lot of father sons. I'd rather just, bring them all in.
Boston.
Boston.
Yes. You star. All right. Well, then, as a wrap up, then.
Oh.
But I know, before we do our wrap ups, I suppose, I would just like to say, we've waxed lyrical about how much we've loved doing this all year, and it has been marvellous. But a few thank yous, obviously, to Marshy, to Joycey, and to the extended Saintered Love family.
Yes.
Of course, have been
Absolutely.
wonderfully supportive of us here at Red, White and Black Chat. Of course, the marvellous crew here at the St Kilda Sports Club, spearheaded by our man Goose. Fantastic. A massive thank you to the Bentley Social as well for hosting us in our away days. Keep your eyes peeled for some AFLW action, actually.
That's it.
At the Bentley Social because, it could definitely be happening.
Ooh.
And, of course, to you, Soz, and to you, Kat, to Amber, to Anna, our super subs as well, who have been absolutely massive for us throughout the year.
Yes.
We've had a really great year. It's all just good vibes, isn't it, finishing off? So
It's been unreal.
it's important that we took the time to say that before the wrap-up
Yeah.
because everyone on that list is far too important to be played out with the credits.
And also thank you to you, Sarah.
Oh, please.
Our
Big thank you to you, Sarah.
Well, no, thank you guys.
Our
Thank you.
skipper who has taken us to 6 wins in the last half of the season.
Thank you. Thank you, Soz. No. Yes, thank you. No. I'm joking. I'm totally joking. No, it's been a dream.
Yeah, it
to
really has.
Just talk Saints Footy with you guys each week. So
Yeah, like the idea of like girls on a podcast, it was like, oh, who's going to listen to that?
that's it.
Yeah.
People
will listen to
apparently.
this.
People apparently. Oh, of course, thank you to the people who are listening.
No,
Yes.
seriously, big thank you
Yeah.
to the people who listen. I feel like we're growing
Little community.
Yeah,
It's good,
a little
isn't it?
community. Stronger
Yeah.
and stronger each week. And
Oh, all the people have been like reaching out on like the socials, have
It's
been coming
unreal.
up to talk to us at the games and the social club and all that sort of stuff. It's been awesome.
it's unreal. So
Love it.
we
We'll
love
be
you
back.
guys and we thank you
Yeah.
for the support. And for the last time with the men's season,
That's it. Oh, well,
Calm the Saints.
with the men's season, calm the Saints.
can't the same.
But we've got a lot coming when it comes to the AFLW. Like, watch this space when it comes to Red, White, and Black Chat because there is a lot bubbling behind the scenes.
Yes.
That's going to be really, really exciting for the women's comp.
Yep.
So
Yep.
keep your eyes peeled on Sainted Love, but of course on Red, White, Black Chat on Instagram. We played a practice match last week for the AFLW in
Perth,
against West Coast in Perth. We won, which was massive. We were ahead from the get-go and just kicked ahead. Jessie Wardlaw kicked 4.
Whoa.
She looked scary. So
Yeah.
she won the Coleman equivalent a couple of years ago when she was playing for Brisbane. Watch out for Jessie Wardlaw this year
Unreal.
because she's fit. Also, I don't know about you. I think I turned on the cast just as I don't know which West Coast player it was, but decked Tiana Smith when it was had her back to just ran into her back and flattened them. There were a few scraps in that match. It was pretty heated. Yeah, but I was like, excuse me. Had a couple of injuries from that match though as well.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, no, a couple of Molly McDonald, Hannah Priest both got corkies. But the one that I was a little bit worried about was Doc Patrikios. She had a foot injury. But I think she's going to be okay.
Okay.
But we'll see. Anyhow, like I said, keep your eyes peeled because there's going to be a lot of AFLW content coming here on Red, White and Black Chat. But before we finish, one sentence each, girls. Predictions for 2025.
Only one sentence?
One sentence. I know. That's where the challenge is.
Saints win the flag and Rowan Marshall makes the AA team and wins the Norm Smith.
Whoa, love it.
That's one sentence. There was Anne's.
No, that's one sentence. You A+.
This is tricky.
Yeah.
Saints win the flag. Dougal Howard gets the recognition he deserves and makes the AA.
I should have prefaced this with realistic. And I'm going to say massive improvement, comfortably in the top 8.
Yeah.
Full stop.
I like that.
Yeah.
So last year I made a message to my friends, which I found recently, and I said, Hawks are going to win the flag next year. I said that in September last year.
Oh. Look, you've been absolutely on it.
So when I say Saints are winning the flag next year, it's in here.
You have been on it this year with a couple of your predictions.
Yep.
Like you said, we're going to beat Carlton. That was in round 12.
Sydney. Essendon.
Yep, I said that.
Yeah, righto. There's something in this.
Yep. So I feel the Saints.
Love it.
I think I'm going to cry at the thought of it. Like, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. Clear your Septembers next year.
No barley
we're
chips,
in.
boys.
We're going to be rolling around the sports club. We're going to be playing bowls.
That's it. For days on end.
Put in your annual leave now.
Do it. Clear your decks because it's going to be massive.
Yes.
Well, thank you all for listening to Red, White and Black Chat all year, but especially today.
Yes.
We look forward to bringing you some AFLW content in the next few weeks, but especially for the men's comp. Until next year.
Go Saints.
Saints.
Calm the Saints.
Bye.
We love you guys.
Bye.